Welcome students. We are solving the short trick for finding out the relation between the acceleration of the system, and in the earlier class I have given you a homework. Now we will solve that homework. So homework was saying that from a ceiling here is one string is attached, and that string is going over a pulley, and the other end of that spring is connected with a mass m, and that mass is resting over an inclined plane which is making an angle of theta, and of course here will be a fixed pulley, and student, this pulley will be in moving situation. So now we are solving the problem where multiple pulley will be involved, and some pulley can be fixed and some pulley can be moving. So here this pulley is fixed and this pulley is moving. You will look from this pulley, there is a other string which is hanging a block of mass 2 here, and the mass of this block is m. Okay, so it was our problem, students, and we want to know the acceleration of the blocks. Question was saying us that find the acceleration of the blocks. Is it? So for finding the acceleration of the blocks, of course student, we will have the requirement of what? From short trick, if I am solving, the short trick will tell us that sum of all the tension vectors, and acceleration vectors, sum of all the dot products of tension vector and acceleration vector should be equal to 0. So here your n can go from 1 to n, whatever many number of that objects you want to write, you can write. That objects can go from 1 to n. Here you will look that our object of interest will be only 2 objects, this one and this one, since we want to know the acceleration of the blocks. So of course student, for it we will have the requirement of tension and acceleration. So tension, if you want to know, of course if I am selecting this, so I will say suppose this T tension is acting on it due to the force due to the gravity. One component will come perpendicular to the inclined plane, another component will be along the inclined plane. So due to that force, a tension will be produced in this spring. So that or you can say no, it can go downward, so that this string is holding it, so a tension will be produced in it, and it will be along this string, and it will have the pulling effect like it. And of course for the object of interest, this pulley, this tension should be in this direction. So of course, since we have assumed the pulley is frictionless and massless, so the tension at each and every end will be the same. Here also that same tension is going to act. Here also the same tension is going to act, and they will come in pair for different interest of objects. So So when you look at to this string, students, this T is acting upward. So when you will make the free body diagram of this pulley, you will cut this string from here, you will cut this string from here. So of course T and T is acting upward. The object of it, that when you will cut that, T and T will act upward for this pulley. So of course here the tension will be twice of T, and for the object of interest, this pulley, it will have the pulling effect like this, and for the object of interest, this mass 2m, it will have the pulling effect like this, and it will be along this string only. Of course, student, if you have selected, if you are saying this is 2m, so if T tension will act here, if you are not selecting the tension from here, if you are selecting from here, so if you are saying this T tension is acting here, so of course here, what tension will act? T by 2 and T by 2. And here it will also become the T by 2. Is it? So don't get confused with that now. From which side we should select the tension. In any side, no, from any block you can select the tension, and you will have to be keep in your mind that if suppose T tension is acting here, so of course here T by 2 and T by 2 tension will act. Okay, when you will add this T by 2 and this T by 2, then only here T is going to come. So that point you will keep in your mind. So our first task will be to find out the tensions in the spring, and of course next we shall assume the accelerations. So in any direction you can assume the acceleration. For the sake, I will suggest to you, for this block, since the tension is acting upside, so you can assume your tension upside. Why? Because this, when the tension and acceleration will be in the same direction, you will get cos 0 degree, and that will be equals to 1. And you can select in that opposite side as well. At that moment, the theta will become 180 and you will get minus 2. So no effect is going to come there. Of course, when are you changing the direction? So that plus sign and negative sign you are getting. So the sign will represent only the directions. So of course, I am assuming this A2 tension here, upside. Here also I am considering the A1 tension, upside. So our first task would be this. Okay. So you can write up to here. Of course, students, here if you look, then we are applying the sort trick. So that sort trick will tell us that sum of all the dot products of tension vector and acceleration vector should be equals to 0. And when you will remove the dot sign, what do you will get? You will get the magnitude of the tension vector multiplied by the magnitude of the acceleration vector times cos theta, that should be equals to 0. So we want the acceleration of the blocks only, relation between the acceleration of the blocks only. We are not going in the detail of this pulley. And in the previous video I have told you, when you will apply this sort trick on the pulleys, you will have to be that take caution that which should be your object of interest. Otherwise this sort trick will make some problem there. So that is why when you will ask to any professor, it is the sort trick, so he will make a face like that, means you can see his or her face, because when we study anything so the short trick is nothing. It is a method only. So this short trick is good. It is applicable for if you want to know the relation between the blocks, so it's good. But here if you are going to applying it, so I have told to you how can you apply it. Then only it is going to give you the correct result. Otherwise, I think it can be not applicable there. It can be applicable, but you can do wrong there. So don't go to the detail of those things. Since every question is going to ask you that relation between these blocks, isolation of these blocks only. So it will be good for those cases. So here we will apply for this block which have the mass m. The tension for this block is what, student? T. Acceleration is a1. So this dot product of this T tension dot you will make in that middle. T tension and A1 tension plus this tension for the block of mass 2m. Tension is what? Twice of T. So this twice of T vector dot this acceleration is what? A2 dot A2 vector, that should be equals to what, student? 0. So of course when will we remove the dots, what will we get? Here we will get the magnitude of this T tension multiplied by the magnitude of this A1 tension times cos theta plus this 2 will take outside, and this magnitude of this tension vector multiplied by this magnitude of this acceleration vector times what? Cos theta should be equals to what, students? 0. And of course we are saying that suppose the magnitude of this tension is what? T. Magnitude of this acceleration is something equals to A1 we are saying. And when you look at to the theta there, T and A1 are in the same side, isn't it? The T vector and the A1 vector, they are on the same side, on the same line of action. Of course we can shift the vector, so they are in the same direction, so angle between them will be 0 degree. Angle between them will be equals to 0 degree. So we can write cos 0 plus this twice of, suppose we are saying that magnitude of this tension vector is something equals to T, magnitude of this acceleration vector is something equals to A2. This cos theta, when you will look for this block of mass 2m, so this 2t is acting in upside and A2 also you have assumed upside. You can assume that in downside as well. What is the benefit of selecting in the same direction? I have told you. Here you will get that theta is equals to 0 degree. So this cos 0 will become 1 only. So here cos 0 degree, that should be equals to what, students? 0. Isn't it? And you know that our cos is what? Cos 0 is what, students? 1. This cos 0 is what? 1. The value of cos 0 is what? 1. So from here you will get what? T multiplied by A1 plus this 2T multiplied by what? A2. That should be equals to what, student? That should be equals to 0. That should be equal to 0. Is that? from here what will we get? That our T A1, T multiplied by A1 should be equals to what is student? Minus of this 2T A2. 2T A2. Of course, this tension will get cancelled out. And from here what will you get, students? That our A1 is equals to minus twice of A2. Isn't A1 is equals to minus twice of A2. Meaning is that whatever will be the acceleration of this block of mass m, the half of that acceleration will be the acceleration of this block having the mass 2m, and the acceleration will be in that opposite direction. They will be in that same direction. I have selected the acceleration in opposite directions, isn't? If this is moving in this clockwise side, so it is going to move anti-clockwise side. So we are getting that a negative sign in that expression. So that negative sign will tell us that whatever is your assumption, that is incorrect. Change your assumption. They should be in that what? Same direction. Isn't this minus sign will tell us that if you have selected like this, so the relation is something different. There should be some other relation. Meaning is that a negative sign is saying you that if it is accelerating in this direction, so it should also accelerate in this direction. So here you will look that if I am going to assume this A2 in that downward side, so of course here the theta will become what? 180 degree. So when 180 degree you will put here, so it will become minus twice of t, and when it will come to the right side it will become positive. So from there you will get what? A1 is equals to twice of A2. So that will tell to you that your assumption is correct. But here whatever you have assumed that is incorrect, change your assumption. That the meaning is saying this. Okay, you can write up to here. So students, we have come to know that what will be that relation between the acceleration of the blocks, that A1 will be minus twice of A2. Negative sign will represent that whatever you have selected the direction of the acceleration, change that. Your assumption is something coming wrong. Okay. So why are we doing this? Here we are looking that acceleration of the blocks are coming different. In earlier cases, we have seen that that acceleration was same in the system, but here the acceleration is different. So what will be the use of it? That we want to know. So student, if I am drawing the free body diagram, FBD of block of mass m, block of mass m only, block of mass m. So of course student, it is present on that inclined plane. It is present on that inclined plane, which is making a theta angle with horizontal. So force due to the gravity will act in the downward direction, and that will be equals to what? mg. Normal is going to act on this system, on this mass, since the contact is present between the mass and the inclined plane. So due to the contact, a normal will come, and that we are representing something equals to m, normal or reaction you can say. And of course tension T is acting in this direction, along the inclined plane it is acting. and the block is accelerating with an acceleration of a1. Is there any other force which is acting on it? No. Only these forces are acting on it. We have assumed our surface is frictionless, so no friction force will act on it. So you can write up to here first. So always you will remember that normal force will always act perpendicular to the surface. Okay? That point you will keep in your mind. Of course, student, normal and this tension T is present either along the contact surface or perpendicular to the contact surface. But this force due to the gravity mg is not either along the contact surface or perpendicular to the contact surface. So what will we do? We will resolve the forces along the contact surface and perpendicular to the contact surface. And of course, student, whatever angle the inclined plane will make with horizontal, the same angle this force due to the gravity is going to make with perpendicular of the inclined plane. With the perpendicular of the inclined plane. So of course this will be our theta angle. If you will draw this theta here, the things will get changed. So remember that whatever angle this inclined plane is going to make with the horizontal, the same angle force due to the gravity will make with the perpendicular of the inclined plane. Okay? And that we have proved. So, of course, we will resolve it. So this is theta angle. So this will become our right angle triangle. And look, student, when I will resolve this mg, so this mg will come when I will resolve this side. Here on the base side, this will become base because the two angles are present on this axis. So it will become base. So here for base, what I will get? What will we get? We will get that mg cos theta. And where should be the direction? Note, some student will make different direction. Of course, when you are resolving this mg on this base side, the direction should come in this direction, isn't? That you will keep in your mind. The direction will be in this direction. And of course, when you will resolve it perpendicular to the contact surface, here m1g sin theta is going to come, and that will be in this direction. That will be in this direction. We can shift the vector, so I am shifting this. This will be base, this will be perpendicular. On the base side, what will we get? Mg cos theta. We have seen that. When on the perpendicular side, what will come? Mg sin theta. So mg sin theta, I am shifting here. Is it? We can shift it. They are parallel to each other. So here the direction will be where? Here the direction will be like it. Okay? Always remember the direction. So here we will get that mg sin theta. Isn't it, students? So we have resolved the forces either along the contact surface or perpendicular to the contact surface. Okay? So write up to here. Of course, after drawing the free body diagram, what will we do, student? We will apply Newton's second law here. So Newton's second law will tell us that vector sum of the external forces acting in that, suppose first I am selecting in y direction, should be equals to what? Mass times the acceleration in that direction. So acceleration in y direction. Okay? So suppose I am saying this one is our y-axis and x-axis. This one is our x-axis and this one is our y-axis. This side I have selected as positive, or any side you can say as your positive. So here when you look in y direction, no acceleration is present and the net forces are acting on it is n1 and mg cos theta. n1 and mg cos theta. So upside is positive, so it will become what? n1 minus this mg cos theta. So this mg cos theta, that should be equals to what? M times the acceleration in y direction. And is there any acceleration in y direction, student? No. Acceleration in y direction is not present. So this side will become equal to 0. And from here, what will we get? That our n1 will be mg cos theta. So it will become the Newton's first law, that if no acceleration is acting on any body, so the net, if acceleration is 0 on the body, so no external force will act on it. Or you can say, until and unless we are not applying any external unbalanced force. If you are applying the external forces and they are balanced, then also it will not accelerate. So until and unless we are not applying any external unbalanced force, I have told you what to remember. External unbalanced force, the body is not going to accelerate. Or in the other way we can say, if body is not accelerating, so the net external force is acting on that should be equals to 0. So here you are looking, since no acceleration is present, so this n1 and mg cos theta will get balanced. Okay, students? So in the same way, what will we do? We will apply the Newton's second law in x direction. So whatever is the external vector sum of, I'm not writing the vector here because we have represented the directions here. So F external vector sum of all the external forces acting in x direction, that should be equals to what, student? M times acceleration in x direction. And what are the forces which are acting in this x direction? That is mg sin theta, and tensor T is acting. And this side you have considered your positive sign, so of course T will be positive and mg sin theta will be negative. So this T minus mg sin theta should be equals to what, student? M times acceleration in x direction is what, student? Acceleration in x direction is a1. So from here, what will we get? This a1. Okay. So you can write up to you. Now we have drawn the free body diagram of the block of mass m. Next, what will we do? We will draw the FBD free body diagram of block of mass 2m. Okay, so you are looking that force due to the gravity is going to act in the downward side. That is what? 2 mg here. 2 mg here. And the tension is acting upside, and that tension is what? Equal to 2T. Tension is the twice of the T. So 2T is acting upside, and body is accelerating with A2 acceleration. We have assumed like it, so we can find this A2. Okay. So whatever will be our assumptions, the same assumption we will put here, because we are going to use it, and this will tell us that it should be in negative direction. Okay. So it is in this direction we have assumed. So of course, students, when you will apply the Newton's second law here, that you will look, if I am saying this one is our y-axis, this one is our x-axis, this one is our y-axis, and this one is our x-axis. So of course, in x direction there is no force as well as there is no acceleration. So I am ignoring to write the Newton's second law in x direction, since there is no force and no acceleration. So what is the need of writing that? Both sides it will be 0, so we will ignore. Of course, the forces are present in that y direction only, and it is also accelerating. So what will we do? That vector sum of that F external in y direction should be equal to what, student? M times acceleration in y direction. Isn't it? And what are the F external acting in that y direction? Is twice of t, and this twice of t and 2 mg. Is it? So twice of t we have assumed upside as your positive, so it will become twice of t minus, of course this 2 mg will be minus this 2 mg here, that should be equals to what? Mass of this mass is what? 2 mg, students. Of course, the mass of this block is what? Twice of. We will write 2 mg. So it will become twice of m, and acceleration in y direction is what, student? A1. A2 we have assumed. A2. So this twice of t is acting upside, so this will be positive, minus of 2 mg, that should be equal to what? 2m8. Mass of the object multiplied by acceleration of the object. So mass is twice of m, so 2m we have written, and of course acceleration is 8, and that is positive only. Isn't A2 is positive? This side we have assumed as our positive. So we will get this relation from here. So right up to here. here is that this figure is representing the FDD of block of mass M. Okay. So students, here we will look here. We have three unknowns. How many unknowns? Three unknowns. And what are those three unknowns? T, A1 and A2. T, A1 and A2. And we have the three unknowns. So we will have the requirement of three equations. Is it? If there are three unknowns, of course masses of the blocks will be given in the problem, and here we are getting three unknowns are present, T, A1 and A2. So we will have the requirement of three equations. So first equation we can get, this will get balanced. It is not going to come in picture. No acceleration is present in that direction. So they will get balanced. These are the balanced forces. So from the free body of the block of mass M, we will get that first equation. And from the free body diagram of this of block of mass 2m, we will get that second equation. And we will have the requirement of one more equation. Then only we can find out the three unknowns. So from the short trick or from the traditional method, whatever you want to apply, from there you will get the third equation. Okay. So what is the use of that short trick? No? It is the use of the short trick. Since we will have the requirement of one more equation. So we will apply the traditional method and will find out the relation between the acceleration as well. Then only we can solve. I am not solving it. I can solve it as well, but I am not going to solve because till now I have not assumed any numbers. Why I have not assumed? So that the things should come to your mind. That is why I am making you to practice like this. If you once practice like this, you will look that your numerical problem, when you will get the numbers, it will become an easy peasy task to you to find out the answers of that. Once you have practiced like this. So make your mind like it, so that you can practice these things. Keep on practicing. So three unknowns we have got, and we will solve these three equations, and we can get whatever we want to know. Okay? You can write it. So now we will move for one more problem, which will involve the movement of the pulley, and that is something like it. I'm just going to tell to you. We have a situation like it, that here we have a surface which is frictionless, no friction is present on this surface. Friction we will assume in that friction chapter. It's the Newton's laws of motion. So here is one string attached to this wall, going over a pulley, and the other end of the block, other end of the pulley, I think I should string is going over a pulley, and the other end of this string is connected with a mass which is resting on this surface, and this block have the mass m1. This block have the mass m1, and with this pulley, other string is attaching a block of mass m. And suppose students, I am applying, the question is saying you to the force has been applied here. Force has been applied here. We are pulling the mass m. Okay, so we'll write the problem first. So we have got this problem. So we will solve it. Problem will say to you that find the acceleration of the blocks and tensions in string. Tensions in strings. Okay. So student, one thing you will notice now, that short trick and traditional method was only saying you that relation between the acceleration or velocities. So we will get the problem like it. So students, of course, what will we do? If I am drawing the free body diagram, this FBD, free body diagram of block of mass m1, So when we will look at to the m1, the force due to the gravity which is m1g is going to act in that downward side, isn't? And due to the contact, normal will act on here, and that we are saying something equals to N1, and of course this side a tension is going to act. This side a tension is going to act, and of course when we will apply the force, this block is going to accelerate in the same direction. You will imagine that where should it move. Of course when you will that apply the pulling force here, so it is going to move in that same direction by this arrangement. So these are the only forces which will act here. Of course, if I have assumed the tension T here, so it is the same string present here, and we have assumed the pulley frictionless and massless. We have not assumed the mass of the pulley. So Atwood machine tell to you that if you have assumed that frictionless and massless pulley, so tension at each and every end on the same string is going to be same. So of course here also the tension will be same tension T here, and when you will draw the free body diagram of this pulley, you will cut the string like it. Here T is acting, so of course here the tension will be twice of T. Of course student, you can imagine your tension T is acting here. So when you will assume the tension T, suppose you have assumed the tension T here, so in that case of course here the tension will become T by 2. Here the tension will come out T by 2 in that case. So that I am not assuming. You can assume this one as well. The same thing is going to come. So of course when you will apply the force here, so this block is going to move with some acceleration, and suppose we are saying the block 2 have the acceleration A2 in this direction, and if you want to write the acceleration in this direction, so you can write it will be in this direction, but if you want to do some kind of that mental exercise, so you can assume in that opposite direction. Whatever direction you want to choose, you can choose. I have told you. So of course you are saying we have assumed that our block is this block M1 is accelerating in this side. Okay, A1 is in this side. So you can write up to here. So now if I am saying to you, suppose this one you are assuming your y-axis, this one is our x-axis, your coordinate if you have assumed like it. So student, when you will apply the Newton's second law in y direction, so vector sum of that external forces in y direction should be equals to what, student? Mass times mass is m1, mass times the acceleration in y direction, isn't? And what are the external forces in that y direction? In y direction, n1 and m1g is there. So n1 you have assumed as your positive, so this will give you n1 minus m1 g, that should be ay. No acceleration is present in that y direction, so it will become 0. Here you can write, since there is no acceleration in y direction. Ay is equals to 0. So from here what will you get? That your m1 will become equal to m1 g. Means that whatever external forces will be there, they will be balanced, they will be not unbalanced. So until and unless you are not applying an external unbalanced force, so acceleration will be 0. Then, and of course, when are you writing the sum of the vector sum of the external forces? In x direction. So when are you applying the Newton's second law in x direction? So that will tell us vector sum of all the external forces in x direction, that should be equal to what, student? m1 times acceleration in that x direction. Is it? So what is the F external acting in x direction? Only this tension T is acting, isn't? I have not assumed T by 2. I have assumed this one, T and this 2T. So for the time I can erase it. Okay. So this T is acting, only the external force is T here, and that will be equal to what? m1 times acceleration in that x direction. So acceleration is a1, but the student, acceleration is that negative, is along the negative x-axis. So here what will you get? Will become minus of a1. Negative sign only will say you the direction. So it will become minus m1 times a. Okay. From the free body diagram of block M1. You can write up here. Now we will move for that free body diagram of block of mass M2. So when you will draw the free body diagram of block of mass M2, so of course force due to the gravity is going to act in that downward side. That will be what? M2 times G here. Due to the contact, the normal will act on it, and that normal will be perpendicular to the contact surface. So the perpendicular to the contact surface, normal, suppose N2 is acting here, and of course this tension is twice of the T is acting in this direction. No one will draw this force here, because it is telling to you that when you are applying the force, it is accelerating by A2 acceleration and it is accelerating by A1 acceleration, we have assumed. So it is not the F, it is acting on the whole system. So don't get confused with this F. For the time you can ignore that I was saying you to only that our body is accelerating in this direction. So of course only these forces are going to act on it, and A2 is what? It is accelerating in this direction, A2. And when will we select the coordinate system? Suppose I am saying this one is our x-axis, this one is our y-axis. So when will we apply the Newton's second law in x direction? or you can say first we are selecting y direction, so vector sum of that external forces in y direction, that should be equals to what? Mass of the block is m2 and acceleration in y direction. F external which is acting in that y direction is what is student? Only this n and this m2g. And upside you have selected as your positive, so it will become what? n2 minus m2g, and of course acceleration in y direction, there is no acceleration in y direction, so it will become equal to 0. So from here what will you get? That n2 should be equals to what? m2 times g, is it? And in the similar way, if you are saying that what is the, if you are applying the Newton's second law in x direction, so vector sum of all the external forces in x direction, that should be equal to what, student? Mass times mass is m2, acceleration in x direction. In y direction there is no acceleration. So what is the external force acting here? External force which is acting here is only, you are looking in x direction, only 2t is acting. So from here what do you get? This 2t is equals to what? m2 times, and acceleration in that x direction is what? a2, isn't? So FBD of this second block of, or you can say block of mass m2 is going to give you this relation. And of course when you look here, there are three unknowns. Tension A1, this will be A1, I'm sorry, this will be A1 here. Tension A1 and this A2. Isn't it? This tension A1 and A2, there are three unknowns and we have only two equations. These equations will not come in picture, they are balanced, they are not unbalanced force. So here is only two equations. So what can we do, student? We will find out the relation between the acceleration, and you can apply this or trick or traditional method. So first write up here. I'm sorry students, when are we writing this, when are we applying the Newton's second law for the FBD of the mass m2 here in x direction? Of course student, this 2t will be in that negative side, 2t will be in negative side, so here you will put a minus, okay, because this A2 you have considered in this direction. A2 you have considered in this direction. So this side is your positive coordinate you have selected. So this 2t should be in negative sign. So you will put a negative sign here. And from here what will you get? This 2t will be equals to what? Minus times of that m2 and A2. Okay. I'm sorry for that. You can change it. Okay. So notice this. This 2t should be in the negative side. Negative side. It will be in that negative side if you have selected like this. Okay. So you put a minus sign here. I'm sorry for that. So we are looking that there are three unknowns, and we will have the requirement of one more equation. So what will we do? we will find out the relation between the acceleration of the blocks. So since we want to know the relation between the acceleration of the blocks, so of course what can we do? We can apply the short trick here, and short trick will tell us that sum of all the dot products of tension vector and acceleration vector. I am writing like it only, no need of writing the, or you can write, otherwise will tell you that it is something wrong. It is going from 1 to n. So this will give you that n is equals to 1 up to n. This magnitude of this tension vector multiplied by magnitude of this acceleration vector times cos theta, that should be equals to what is it? 0. So when you will look into the mass of block of mass m1, T is acting in this direction, acceleration is acting in that direction. So we can write that for block of mass m1, this tension vector dot this acceleration vector plus for the block of mass m2, tension is what? Is 2t here, is 2t here, and the acceleration is what, student? Acceleration is a2. That should be equals to what, student? 0. Meaning is that this magnitude of this tension vector, magnitude of this acceleration vector times cos theta plus this magnitude of this tension vector, 2 you will take outside. So twice of this magnitude of this tension vector, acceleration vector a2 cos theta, that should be equals to 0. So that's magnitude, something I am saying, magnitude of the tension is something equals to T. Here is that A1, and cos theta, when you look, tension is in this direction, acceleration is in opposite side. So for block of mass m1, P is acting in this direction, A1 is acting in this direction, you have assumed. So of course the angle between them will be 180 degrees. So here you write cos 180 plus this twice of T you will get, and now magnitude we are saying something equals to T, and acceleration we are saying as something equals to A2, and here what will you get? This cos, this here when you will look, A2 is acting in this direction, you have assumed, and this tension 2T is acting in this direction, so here also we are getting theta is equals to 180 degree. Theta is equals to 180 degree, so this 180 degree, that should be equals to 0. So cos 180, you know that will be equals to minus 1, so it will become minus TA1, and here also cos 180 is what? Minus 1, minus of this twice of TA2 should be equals to what? This should be equals to 0. Isn't? I am breaking here. and writing here. Okay. So you start here and you will break here. Okay. So this will tell you what is friend. This TA1 will be equals to what? Minus of 2TA2, and of course this T and T will get cancelled out, and what will you get? This A1 will be equal to minus twice of 8. Okay, A1 will be minus twice of 8. Meaning is that here negative sign is representing you. Negative sign is representing you that whatever is your assumption, there is something wrong. Change your direction. That minus sign will tell to you that here whatever is your assumption, change your direction. Meaning is that if this block is oscillating in this direction, then this block should also oscillate in this direction. So look, in the starting I have assumed the oscillation in that direction, so expression is telling us that your assumption is wrong, change your direction. Okay, so once you will write this oscillation in this direction, so here the positive will come, because in that case this 180 will become 0 when you will assume A1 in the same direction. So that 0 will tell you that positive sign, and here obviously the positive A1 will become twice of A2, and that will say to you that whatever is your assumption, that is correct. Meaning is that they should be in same direction. So I hope that you guys are understanding that what is the negative sign is indicating here. So you can write up to here, and of course we are getting the 3 equations here. Then now we have come to know. Suppose you are saying this one is on your equation number 1. This one is our equation number 2. Here is the equation number 3 we are getting. There are 3 unknowns, and we have come to know 3 equations. Okay. So 3 unknowns, 3 equations we have got. Now we can solve it for the acceleration and the tensions in the present. So I am not going to solve this. When the problem will come like this, we will select the problem, where numerical problem based on this. So there we will solve. Up to here you can write this. I am sorry students, when are we writing this? When are we applying the Newton's second law for the FBD of the mass M2 here in x direction? Of course student, this 2t will be in that negative side. 2t will be in negative side. So here you will put a minus here. Okay, because this A2 you have considered in this direction. A2 you have considered in this direction. So this side is your positive coordinate you have selected. So this 2t should be in negative sign. So you will put a negative sign here, and from here what will you get? This 2t will be equals to what? Minus times of that M2 and A2. Okay, I'm sorry for that. You can change it. Okay, so notice this. This 2t should be in the negative side. Negative side. It will be in that negative side if you have selected like this. Okay, so you put a minus sign here. I'm sorry for that. Of course, some students will raise their hand in their class and will say to repeat it. So once again, I am that recapitulating it. So we have assumed a problem like this, where one string was attached to that wall, that surfaces was frictionless, and one end of the string was connected with this wall. It was going over this pulley, and the other end was connected with a block of mass m1, and there was some other string which is one end of that string was connected to the pulley, and the other end was connected to the mass m2, and we want to know the relation. We want to know what will be the acceleration of the blocks and the tension in the strings. So of course, students, we will look that here pulley is moving, so acceleration will be not same in this case, or if it will be same, we will look now while solving the problem. So for that, we have assumed our acceleration a1 is in this direction and a2 in this direction, a1 in that direction. And of course, tension when will we talk? So suppose I am saying the tension T is acting here, so the same tension will act here, and here it will become twice of T, isn't? When you cut this spring and draw the free body diagram of this pulley, so twice of T is going to come. Of course, for the object of interest, this mass m2, it will be in this direction. For the object of interest, this pulley, it will be in this direction. Tension will always come in here. So when will we draw the free body diagram of mass m1? m1g is going to act in this direction due to the contact present here. Normal will act on it, and normal will be always perpendicular to the surface. And the tension T is acting in this direction, and this block is accelerating in this direction. So when will we apply the Newton's second law in y direction? So sum of that all the external forces in y direction, that should be equal to mass times of the acceleration of the object. So the net forces which is acting on in the y direction is only the forces which are acting in the y direction is N1 and M1g only. So this side I have assumed as a positive. So N1 minus M1g will become what? 0, because no acceleration is present in y direction. So N1 will become equal to M1g. In the same way, when will we apply the Newton's second law in that x direction? So here the F external in x direction should be equal to what? Mass times of the acceleration in that x direction. So that forces, the external forces in x direction is only what? This tension. This tension. So this tension will become equal to external force is tension only. That will be what? M1 mass M1, and acceleration in x direction is what? Minus of A1. Isn't it? This side is positive side, so A1 is acting in that side, so it will become minus of A1. Okay. In the same way, when will we draw the free body diagram of the mass M2? M2g is acting in this direction, N2 is acting in this direction, twice of T is in this direction. M2g will be the force due to the gravity, it will be in the downward side due to the contact present here. N2 will act, and that will be perpendicular to the surface, and this twice of T is acting in this direction, of course. Acceleration we have assumed in this direction. So when will we apply the Newton's second law in that y direction? That vector sum of that external forces in y direction should be equal to what? Mass times of the acceleration in y direction. External forces in y direction is N2 and M2g only. So we have selected the coordinate like it. So N2 will be positive and this M2g will be negative. So that will be equal to 0, because here no acceleration is present in that y direction. Ay is equal to 0. So N2 will become mass times of that g. In the same way, when you will apply the Newton's second law in x direction, this x direction, so this twice of T will give you M2 times A2. F external in x direction should be equal to what? Mass times of the acceleration in x direction. So F external in x direction is what is student? Only 2T. So this 2T will become what? Mass times of the acceleration in x direction, that is A2. So here we are looking, there are three unknowns, P, A2 and this A1. So we will have the requirement of three equations. So what can we do? We can find out the relation between the blocks of that, the relation between the selection of the blocks. So we will apply the sort trick. Sort trick was saying us that vector sum of all the dot products of tensor vector and selection vector should be equal to 0. When will we remove the dot? What will we get? That magnitude of the tensor vector multiplied by magnitude of the selection vector times cos theta, that should be equal to 0. So when will we apply for this block M1? It will become T dot A1, and when will we apply this for this block 2? It will become 2T dot A2 vector, that should be equal to 0. And when will we that remove the dot? We will get the cos theta here, magnitude of the tensor vector multiplied by magnitude of the air vector times cos theta. And for here it will become 2 will come outside, magnitude of the tensor vector, magnitude of the selection vector times cos theta, that should be equal to 0. So here that magnitude we are saying something equals to T, magnitude of this A1 we are saying something equals to A1, and cos theta, when you look that acceleration you have assumed in that direction, tension is acting in this direction, so theta will be 180 degree here. And in the same way, plus this 2, the magnitude of the tension you are saying something equals to T, magnitude of this acceleration vector you are saying something equals to A2 times cos theta, of course A2 you have selected in this direction, 2T is acting in this direction, so theta will be 180 degree, and cos 180 degree is what is student? Minus of 1. So where you will write minus of 1, it will become minus TA1 and minus TA2 equals to 0. I have break here and started here, and from this now we will get that TA1 should be equal to what? Minus 2TA2. And TT will get cancelled out, so A1 will be equal to what? Minus twice of it. So this negative sign will represent that whatever is your assumptions of the acceleration, change the direction of that acceleration, since there is something wrong that you have assumed, it should be the opposite of that. So negative sign will represent that your assumption is something wrong, change your direction. So of course when you change this, A1 should be in this direction, so it will become positive, because A1 when you choose in this direction, so here the theta will become 0, so here you will get positive plus 1, here you will get minus 1, so it will go to the right side and both sides you will get positive. So it will become correct. That will that when the positive side will come, that will say to you that whatever is your assumption, that will be correct. So when you will assume the A1 in this direction, so that positive sign you will get and your assumption will become correct. And of course when you will assume the A1 in this direction, so here this minus M1 A1 will become what? Plus M1 A1. Isn't? This would be in this direction, isn't? So when this will be in this direction, so it will become plus here, no? Because this in this direction there is positive acceleration, so it will become plus. Okay? So it was the quick recapitulation of it. Of course, students, when will we apply the Newton's second law for the block of mass M2 in x direction? Here the negative sign will come. It will become minus twice of t. Is it? Because this 2t is in that negative x side. So negative 2t will be equals to what? M2 A2. Okay, it was by fault. I'm sorry for that. Please correct it. Of course, student, if you want to apply the traditional method here, so traditional method will tell you from a fixed point select a datum of coordinate system. So here you will look that M2 is in that moving situation. Pulley will also move, isn't it? M1 will also going to move. So where will you that assume your coordinate system? So of course we can select the coordinate system here. From a fixed point, always we will select the coordinate system. Now always remember that where will you that select the coordinate system? From a fixed point only. So suppose a student from a fixed point, this distance I am saying something equals to x1. This distance is something equals to x1, and this one distance I am representing by something equals to x2. And of course this distance I can say something equals to x. Okay. So suppose I am saying this L1 is saying you that total length of this string first. Of course, there is first string and this one is the second one is string, isn't? So L1 is representing the total length of this string, and this length over this pulley, the length of this string over this pulley, that's something I am representing by this LC1. That will be always constant, student. So you can ignore that, but for your understanding I am saying this one is something equals to LC1. So this L1, how can you write it, student? This distance is what? x2. So this x2 plus this LC1 plus this LC1 plus this length. So this length, how can you write it, student? This length you can write as equals to x2 minus x2. This length you can write by that x2 minus x1, isn't it? So that length will say to you that x2 minus x1. So this L1 will be equals to what? This twice of x2 minus of x1 plus this LC1. So when you will differentiate it, this dL1 upon del t, so it equals to what? Twice of this dx2 upon del t minus of this dx1 upon del t plus this dLC1 upon del t. Of course, the L1, the length of the string is constant, since we have assumed the massless and inextensible string, so length of that is not going to be changed, it is not elastic. So when we will differentiate the constant thing, we will get the 0 there. Differentiation of constant thing is equals to 0. Of course, the length of the string over this pulley will be constant only, that is not going to change again and again. The same length is going to come over the pulley, so that length will be constant, so the differentiation of the constant thing will become equals to 0. So from here we will get 0 should be equals to what? Twice of dx2. Twice of dx2 meaning is what? This b2 minus v2 minus this dx1 upon del t is something we are saying velocity v1, because that change in length upon change in time is what? Velocity only. So from here what will we get, student? That v1 will be equals to what? Twice of v2, isn't? Again differentiating with respect to the time. Differentiating with respect to the time. What will we get? This del v1 upon del t should be equal to what? Twice of del v2 upon del t. Meaning is that your a1 should be equal to what? Twice of a2. So we will get this relation. a1 should be equal to what? Twice of a2. Here is the positive sign. So that positive sign will say to you, they will be in that same direction. They will be in same direction. Isn't it? No negative sign is coming. So this is saying to you, they will be in the same direction. So a1 will be equal to what? a2. And of course, if you are saying this is the length x3 present here, this you are saying something this is come right up to here first. So students, we have come to know that what will be the acceleration of this pulley when the mass m1 is accelerating by some acceleration, or in the other word, we can say what is the relation between this acceleration of the mass and pulley we have come to know. And now suppose I am saying this L2 is the total length of the string, total length of the string. Second, this L2 is representing the total length of this string. Second, it is the second string here only. So students, how can I write this L2? This L2 will be equals to this x3 minus x2, isn't it? This L2 distance I can write as x3 minus x2, isn't it? So that L2 will become equals to x3 minus x2. So our next task will be to differentiate it with respect to the time. So dl2 upon del t should be equals to what, student? dx3 upon del t and minus of this dx2 upon del t. Of course, student, the length of the second string, this L2, is not going to be changed. It is constant, isn't it? So when will we differentiate the constant thing? That will be equals to 0, and L2 will be the constant since we have assumed the massless and inextensible string. So from here we will get that our 0 will be something equals to V3 minus V2. Our meaning is that our V2 will be equals to V3. V2 will be equals to V3 with same sign. Next, what can you do? Again differentiating. With respect to the time, what will you get? That del V2 upon del T will be equals to what? Del V3 upon del T. Meaning is that our A2 will be equals to 8. So whatever will be the acceleration of this pulley, the same acceleration will be of that block, and they will be in the same direction. Right up to here. So we have got these two equations. Suppose I am saying this as our equation number 1, this one as our equation number 2. So students, by equation 1 and 2, by equation 1 and 2, what can we say? That our A1 will be twice of 8. A1 will be twice of 8. Isn't it? Since our A2 is equals to 8. A2 is equals to 8. Of course, now this A1 will be the acceleration of the block 1, and A3 will represent the acceleration of the block 2, and they should be in same direction. So suppose I am saying they are in this direction, so A1 will become in this direction and A3 will represent the acceleration of this block 2, and they will be in the same direction since we are hitting the same side. Isn't it? So it is the traditional method of finding the relation between the acceleration. Okay, so you can write this. You could write it as well that A1 is representing the acceleration of block of mass m. A3 is representing the acceleration of block of mass 2m, and A2 will represent the acceleration of that pulley. Isn't it? This is x2 distance, so it will be the acceleration of pulley. And pulley will be in moving situation. So of course student, here the expression of acceleration we will get different. So what I have told to you in that earlier classes where the pulley was fixed and our acceleration was coming same for the blocks. So when the acceleration was coming same for the blocks, so I had told to you one trick that forces added to the acceleration will be positive and forces subtracted to the acceleration will be negative. So that we can't use, isn't it? Now we are solving the problem which will involve the movement of the pulley. So no one will apply that trick here. That is for the situation when the acceleration will come same, they will be equal for all the object of interest in the system. So only then we can apply that trick, since there we will get the same acceleration or only one expression of acceleration. So there we can say that force added to the acceleration will be positive and force added subtracted to the acceleration will be negative, and acceleration we can write as our F net upon total mass. So that you will not apply here. Here now we have moved to the situation where the multiple pulley will be involved, and Some pulley can be fixed and some pulley can be in moving situation as well. Okay. So I hope that you guys have understood up to here. Now I am stopping today. Up to here only. Thank you.
Enggak tuh,